Well, still overseas now, and scores of tourists in the French Alps might be demanding a refund after being stranded for hours several thousand metres above Mont Blanc. Most have been pulled to safety by helicopter, but 45 people are still hanging in the void after it was deemed too dark to continue the rescue operation. Anne Barker reports.
It's one of Europe's spectacular cable car rides. It takes in some of the most beautiful views over Mont Blanc and reaches altitudes of nearly 4,000 metres. It's meant to take about half an hour, but for 110 passengers who scrambled aboard yesterday afternoon, it wasn't quite the ride they expected.
Quanto tempo siete rimasti su?
We were up there 5 to 6 hours, yells one woman. Mid-afternoon, several cable cars suddenly jammed, apparently when the cables became tangled in high winds. All efforts to get them moving again failed, leaving the passengers suspended thousands of metres above ground. Finally, 4 helicopters were sent to launch a rescue operation and managed to winch 65 people to safety. Many of the relieved passengers were taken to Courmayeur on the Italian side of the Alps.
We were there almost 10 hours in the cable car. The cables failed about 2:30 in the afternoon, and it was just before midnight when they finally belayed us out of the gondolas, which was really quite an experience. The helicopter rescue failed because the fog moved in, and then they decided they could belay us safely to the ground, and we walked up the glacier to the hut.
But it didn't end so well for the other 45 passengers who were still on board. The helicopters delivered blankets and food before night fell and the operation had to be suspended. Georges-François Leclerc, prefect of the Haute-Savoie region, says rescue workers will stay with them overnight.
Si au début nous avons observé au tout début de l'opération des phénomènes de panique.
To begin with, we observed at the beginning of the operation scenes of panic. I can tell you that the 45 people who are still up there received, first of all, kits that are inside the cable car from the company. So they are not alone in the cold. We're in the summer season, they're at 4,000 metres, so there isn't severe cold.
Rescue operations will resume at first light and investigations will begin into what went wrong. Mathieu Deschavin, head of the company that runs the cable car, explains what he thinks happened.
Le câble tracteur est passé par-dessus, a croisé le câble porteur.
The tow cable went over, crossed over the support cable in 3 different places. It's a dynamic effect which can happen in operating season. To resolve that, the procedure is to pull the motor backwards. This worked in 2 places, but unfortunately not in the 3rd. And taking into account the fact that time was passing, and in line with procedure, at 5 o'clock we decided to alert our emergency services to carry out a helicopter rescue.
So it's a long, dark night for those on board and a cable car ride that will certainly be memorable for all the wrong reasons.
Anne Barker with that report.